This video is for all the Disney adults out there. That's right, I'm talking to the people that work a secretary job 50 hours a week and absolutely hate their life, and the only enjoyment they find in life is going to Disneyland on their one day off and taking pictures with a man in a Mickey Mouse costume that's probably intoxicated to deal with the fact that he's in a furry suit in 90-degree weather. And on top of that, you're spending $500 to make a lightsaber that was made in China for 99 cents. And all of that's just to distract you from all the experimenting that crazy little rat's doing on Treasure Island.
What's really going on? What are you protecting on this island? That's so f***ing good. There's something up they don't want people to know about.
All of that, or you're just looking to save an extra 5% on your Disney Plus subscription. So in this video, I'm going to be completely breaking down the Disney Premier credit card and letting you know if it's going to be worth it for you or not. So let's start with how good of credit you need to get approved and also the annual fee that comes with this card. At the very minimum, you're going to want a credit score of 660, but most people recommend that you have at least 670 when applying. So not too hard to get, you're just going to need a pretty decent credit score. Now, my biggest problem with this credit card is the annual fee that comes with it. And usually I don't like annual fees. I think for some travel cards like the Amex Gold, they can be okay, but usually for cashback cards, they just aren't worth it. You can make an argument for one of the saver cards, but a cashback credit card is never going to be worth it for me if it comes with an annual fee. And this credit card comes with a $49 annual fee. But don't worry, if you still want the cute card designs and you don't want to pay that annual fee, there's another version of this card that's no annual fee card that I'll cover at the end of this video. And they do throw a lot of credits and benefits to try to justify that $49 annual fee. And one of the things that I actually do like about this credit card is the sign-up bonus. You're going to get a whole $300 after just spending $1,000 in 3 months. So that's a pretty good sign-up bonus right there. Usually for cashback cards, $200 is going to be pretty good, but $300 is pretty exceptional. And the reason they give you such a high sign-up bonus is because this is a cashback card that comes with that $49 annual fee. Let's go into the benefits and statement credits that come with this credit card to try to justify that annual fee. The first promo that they throw in there is 0 APR for the first 6 months. On Disney vacation packages, which is honestly not good. I think this would be a better credit card if it didn't come with that, because if you need 0 APR for 6 months to pay for a vacation, especially a Disney vacation, which is going to be way more expensive than any vacations because it's Disney, you only have 6 months to pay that off. And if you're putting a vacation on finance, that's really just a trap that they're setting out to try to get you in debt. So don't go on a $5,000 trip with Disney thinking you have 6 months to pay it off, because that's just a trap that they're trying to get you to fall into. Another benefit that they throw in there is if you pay for one of their streaming services that is more than $14.99 for 3 consecutive months, you get a $14.99 statement credit. But here's the thing, if you have just Disney Plus or Hulu, or even Disney Plus and Hulu, that's all going to be under $13.99. So to get that $14.99 statement credit, you're going to have to at least spend $14.99 each month, which means that you have to go with their premium bundle, which includes Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. So if you already have those 3 things, I guess that could make sense, but if you just have Disney Plus, you're not going to get anything besides that 5% back that it comes with. There's a couple more perks that come with it. There's the special financing for vacations that I already talked about, and I think that's a horrible idea. You get some discounts on Disney's cruise line, and one of the best things that I think comes with this card is 10% off of any shopping inside of Disneyland's parks, and that includes dining. And the reason that I think that's significant is because Disneyland food is quite expensive. If you're going alone, you're probably at least going to spend $30 to $40 on food throughout the day. And if you're going with a partner or a girlfriend or even your family, that's going to be like upwards of $100 to $200. So you can save $10 to $20 with this 10% off per visit. You also get 10% off of Disney.com, and I'm personally not going to spend my money on a $40 plush rat from Disney.com when I can just go on Temu and get it for like 50 cents. Now, if you do go to the parks or the hotels, you're going to get photo opportunities with the people dressed up as Disney characters, and you're going to be able to download them for free. So those rewards are okay. I think they're pretty situational, and they're only going to really make sense if you're spending a lot of money at Disney and specifically in their parks. But let's talk about the actual cash back that you're getting with these cards, which I talked about a little bit earlier. You're going to get 5% back on every purchase made through Disney Plus, Hulu.com, or ESPN Plus, which are the 3 streaming services they're partnered up with, as well as 2% back on gas stations, grocery stores, restaurants, and just some fun math I'm going to throw in here really quick. If you want to pay for that $49 annual fee with just the 2% categories, you're going to have to spend $2,500 to justify it. But of course, that's not counting back for the 1% on everything else, or the 5% on the streaming services, and any other benefits that might come with this card. And the 2% doesn't really matter because there's tons of other cards that'll give you 2% on everything. So I guess the best thing rewards-wise that come with this card is the 5% back on the streaming services, and then 10% off of everything inside their park. Now let's talk about the redemption, because up to this point, you can kind of justify this card, maybe, not really. But the redemption is just where the card completely dies for me, because you can't actually redeem any of this for cash back, despite this card leading you on to think that because it says it's going to give you 5% back on stuff, but you can't redeem that for cash. There are 5 different things you can redeem it for, and if you ask me, they're all pretty mid. You got the Disney Parks and Resorts, of course, and they're pretty much all going to be Disney related. You can redeem it for Disney Parks and Resorts. This includes any tickets, resort stays, dining, or shopping you do. You can redeem it for one of Disney's cruises, Disney's movies through any AMC theaters, Disney shopping at Disney.com, and then airline purchases. And I guess that airline purchases is probably the best one if you're not using this cashback for Disney, because as long as you use your card at an airplane website when you're booking it, you're going to be able to use that cashback. So let's talk about why people really want this card, and that's the actual look of the card itself. They have all these different card designs, and usually that's more of a debit card thing. If you get a debit card, you can usually choose between different designs you want, but it looks like Chase adapted this with their credit cards to reel in all those Disney adults. And right now they have 10 different card designs you can choose from, all the way from Darth Vader's designs to Toy Story. But if you really just want that card design, you can always go with the no annual fee version, which I promised to talk about at the beginning of this video, and now here you are. So this card's also going to give you a sign-up bonus. It's going to give you $150 after you spend $500 within 3 months. It'll give you 1% back at Disney, but I think this card is way better because you're still getting all the card membership perks that come with having the Disney card, like 10% off of dining and shopping inside of Disneyland, the 0 APR financing, and the 10% off at Disney.com. So really all the good things about this card, but not the bad things. And you're still getting to choose whichever one of those Disney designs that you want. The only downside is that you're not going to be able to redeem for airline travel. With that $49 annual fee, you're getting double the sign-up bonus, and you're also getting 5% back on the streaming services. After a while, that annual fee is just going to eat up the sign-up bonus, and you're not going to get enough value to be able to use this card. And if you just stick with the no annual fee version, you're going to get that 10% off of everything, but it's no annual fee, so you're always going to get value from it. So my conclusion is pretty much just stay away from the Disney Premier card because that annual fee is no good, and it's just not going to be worth it. I suppose one thing that could make sense is that if you have a big trip with Disney coming up, so if you're going on a cruise or staying at one of their resorts, you can get this card, put your Disney charges on, hit that sign-up bonus, and then cancel it out, but that's not a great idea. Usually if you want to open up a credit card, you're going to want to keep it, because if you're just getting credit cards and then closing them down, that's going to negatively affect your credit score. But if you're going to Disneyland a lot, it could make sense to get that no annual fee card because you're still getting 10% off of dining and purchases inside of the resorts. And if you do want 5% back on streaming services like ESPN Plus or Disney Plus, you can go with the Cash Plus card, which is going to give you 5% back, or the Citi Custom Cash. And both of those cards come with really nice sign-up bonuses, and they're not going to charge you an annual fee. So just remember, never get that Premier card with the $49 annual fee, no matter how much Credit Karma recommends it to you. And if you want to see some breakdowns of some actually good credit cards, go check out my channel after this video and make sure you subscribe.